All right, what up, League? Welcome to Orange Celsius with the commission. Trying to get jacked up. It's Thursday, day before Halloween, week 8. Uh, Fun week last week. Got some updates. Juggernaut coming in strong with 162.24 points is Elena. Elena, awesome. Absolutely crushed it. This was the 1-6 game, sending Elena to 2-6, Davis to 1-7, which I believe he still has a 1% chance to make the playoffs. 5 games left. He goes on a winning streak, ends up at 6-7. He's not quite out of it yet. Unfortunately for Davis, and it wouldn't have even mattered. Unfortunately, whatever. Just kind of sad. Biggest bench. Derrick Henry, 19 points. Terry McLaurin. Maybe. Stop. Maybe he's barking. I don't know if the computer's picking it up. Terry McLaurin, 13 points. RJ Harvey, 25. Love, 28. Aaron Jones, 4. I don't know that if he had even played it perfectly, if he would have even come close to touching Elena, seeing as she was Juggernaut. But yeah, wild stuff. Standings overall. Let's see. I pulled off a win against Josh last week. That came down to Travis Kelsey. Um, and he was just making big plays, catching touchdown passes. I was over at Drew's carving pumpkins, and he was telling a story about his coworker and some crazy stuff that happened with him, and that Travis Kelsey was just killing it, and my anxiety was just like doot 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 doot. Crazy, man. Good stuff. But GG's Josh. We're both sitting at 6-2. I have the edge in points. I have 1,000 points on the season. First one to break 1,000. Pretty sick. So yeah, it's me and Josh, and then we got Melissa and Don, Andrew, and Olivia tied in second place. Well, technically third. And then they're all at 5-3. Mallory and Jacob sitting at 4-4 together in their happy little home. Then we got Elena, Glenn, and Davis at the bottom there. Elena and Glenn 2-6. Davis 1-7. Davis 1% playoff chance. Glenn 7. Elena 11. Then it jumps up real high to 64 for Jacob, 66 for Mal. Yeah, and then it gets into the 80s and 90s after that. Recap from last week. Real quick, because ESPN likes to give us fun little things. What a week. Melissa and Don pulling off the win against Jacob, 108-87 is featured on there, as well as me and Josh's game. I beat him by 6. Top scorers last week: Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, who went off against the Panthers, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, Taylor and Barkley really carried me against Josh. That was crazy. Brees Hall went off for a game. Tucker Kraft. Valuable bench warmers. Love, Harvey, and Herbert. Yeah, Love and Harvey both chilling on Davis's bench there. You just can't catch a break this season, bro. Which, by the way, shout out to you. Video for you to remind you to check your bench and questionables and whatnot. This is supposed to be happening on Tuesday. Sorry, bro. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Bijan all shit the bed last week. James Cook was the difference maker in Andrew and Glenn's game. This week we got. Okay, it looks like Davis did already update his lineup because I'm sitting at a 61% chance to beat him instead of like an 80 from earlier. So me and Davis going up against each other. It is Mallory and Glenn going at it. Olivia and Josh. Seems like that'll be an important one. We got Elena and Melissa and Don going up against each other. Which Elena, you're sitting at 21%. If you watch this, make sure to check your lineup. And then the closest one percentage-wise, and maybe one of the bigger games, is Andrew versus Jacob, 52% to 48% we're looking at there. So, big one coming up. Costume contest. I'll text this as well. I'm sure not everyone watches through the 7-8 minutes of these videos, but yeah, it's Halloween. If you're doing a costume, send it out. We'll vote on it, and then Sunday for football. Whoever wins the costume contest, let you decide. Like, I trimmed it up instead of letting it keep growing out. But yeah, you can decide how I trim up my beard for Sunday before I fully shave it off. Can do some chops, goatee. Could make it so I just shave my mustache and just have my beard looking like a weirdo. But we'll do that for fun, just to have something fun for Halloween costume contest type deal. And then rolling into next week, I think we'll go ahead and do charity week. But this is the last week of round robins before we go into the 4 people that we've played before. So we'll get a rivalry week going one of those weeks as well. And get some stuff going, finish out our regular kind of events throughout the regular season. But yeah, for now, costume contest, text them to the chat. Love you guys. Later.